Hey, what's going on, guys? Last video we've created an HTML parser based on bare, Python and regular expressions, and in this video I would like to go even further. So now I would like to create a tiny web scraping library that would be written in bare Python as well, and I would reuse the ideas taken from the previous video. And if you're interested regarding HTML parsing using regular expressions, please feel free to have a look at the link below in the description below this video. So I would like to create basically a single function that would be making an outgoing request, and it would be whatever request, like get, post, put, whatever. Also some headers might be involved as well. So I would create a little wrapper for the urllib, for the Python 3 urllib, and also I would create some parsing logic using the regular expression I've been talking about, and eventually this function would return a list of the dictionaries containing information regarding every single tag, like tag name, parsed attributes, and the textual value. So eventually we would be able to reference this sort of a data set, this list, to extract some data from it. And then in the next videos we'll probably try to give this little tiny scraper library a try and see if it works on the real world tasks or not. So if you're excited in following this sort of a tutorial, please buckle up and we start. So the last video we've created this kind of regular expression, and if you want to understand in particular what is this doing, again, please feel free to watch the video regarding parsing HTML using regular expressions. I've slightly improved this regular expression from the time of that video, so now it would also match trailing spaces within the HTML tags. So let me just try to grab this one, and I'm going to regex101.com to paste it and just to show you what exactly it does basically. So here we got the site quotes to scrape.com and its source code. So I just copy the source code and paste this in, and you see we got we do match the tag and the attributes. Then we match if any textual data is available, we match that as well, and the matter of parsing the attributes would be left to the Python code, so don't see these groups. This is just needed for the debugging purposes. Also we do match this XHTML type characters, and where they were actually. It's this meta tags somewhere. This okay, so this XHTML type tags, and also we parse these attributes that could have been closed within the single quotes instead of double quotes. So also I would provide the functionality to provide a custom regular expression, so this library would be really flexible, because if you want to find a way how to improve this one, you can just use your own regular expression, and that's kind of it. So well, I guess it's now time to start writing some code, and also we'll be making use of this request.bin.com to debug our request and logic. So let's actually start. First I want to provide a little header here, so I say tiny scraper, so this would be the title, and then just try to put the little description here. So this is supposed to be a minimalist web scraping library. Okay, intended for well, I would like to say that it is intended for the education purposes, like to help beginners to master Python itself and play around with this. But I would probably I can say that I'm doing this for fun, so I would probably say create it just for fun. Okay, and here a would like to say bye. So, you know, like, I provided this line just so some of you guys who would take this too serious, you just don't take this too serious, that's kind of it. So, bye. Code Monkey King, and Code Monkey King is me for those of you who don't know this yet. Okay, so this is kind of it. Okay. Okay. Okay, now it seems to be almost perfect. Let's add a couple more. Okay, so now we need to import a couple of packages. So here I would define the packages, and I say from urllib. We need to import from urllib.request. We need to import first. Yeah, let's import the request, and we would be wrapping this request in our code, and then from urllib.request again, I want to import url open method, and here we'll define the only parser function. So this would be our parser. So I'm creating the method that would be called def parse, and this would be the only method within the entire library. So bear in mind that this is the tiny scraper. I would like also to say probably that it doesn't have any dependencies. Yeah, probably this should be written in their Python 3. I would like to say like without any dependencies. I'm just wondering. Yeah, you know, like I would probably leave this for the readme file. Yeah, minimalist library just for fun. Yeah, I just like how it looks like. Okay, so def parse, and this method, so it would obviously take the URL parameter. So this would be the obvious parameter, and then it would optionally take. I define these args to define that the variable number of non-keyword arguments, and we'll be using this one to parse custom regular expression optionally. And also I would like to specify the KW args, which stands for keyword args, and this args would be forwarding all the possible parameters to our request method, or maybe this is a constructor, I'm not sure. So here, so I would also try to enclose this with a try except method. So, but before that, let me just provide the very gist basically. So the very first thing to consider, we need to create a request object, and request would be equal to request, and here we're forwarding our URL and the keyword arguments. So if any headers would be specified additional or something, this would be handled as well. And then we actually need to make HTTP request to the target URL. So here I will create the response object. Response, it would be equal URL open, and I would like to fetch this request. This is kind of it. So also, just for the debugging purposes, let me bring the response.text. So from now on I can already start checking out if this kind of works. So let me just try to grab this endpoint. So I'm using request.bin.com. I created the public endpoint to test, to inspect my request basically. So if I say just like parse and provide the URL, and also I want to open the terminal in the current working directory, so let's say python 3 ts.py. Okay. HTTP response has no attribute text. sorry. Oh, what have I done? It's not the request library. I'm sorry, guys. So actually here we need to say read and then decode. So the encoding, I would like to set this to UTF-8, and well, this might be might differ on Windows basically, so I'm not sure regarding this stuff, but nevertheless. And also errors equals to ignore. So if we would encounter any Unicode characters, we would be just ignoring them. Again, this could be basically kind of changed one day, but it's not really the topic of this tutorial, so I would just leave this, guys, as is at the moment. So let's try to make a request again. Okay, encoding is not defined. So did it? Oh my god, what have I done? It's the key. It's a keyword argument. It's not a function call. Okay. Yeah. So we did successfully make a request, and here. So let me just get rid of this, guys, again, and actually try to make this request again. So here is our request, and you see, like, we got only 4 headers, and we didn't specify, well, say the user agent. So now we actually can do that by saying like headers equals, and let's specify the user agent equals tiny scraper save, and let's have a look. So now we got still 4 headers, but the user agent has been changed. So this means that the keyword arguments forwarding logic works perfectly well here. And also we would need to parse our regular expressions. So if I say I'm just pasting the bare string just to show you that it would also be acceptable actually, and we can actually also try to print this rx0, and in this case it would show us what we've passed there. So this is it. Also, if we don't pass this parameter, it will give us an error now, because there is no tuple index error out of range, obviously, so it is out of range basically. So we'll also need to enclose this part within the try except statement as well. So for now, just let's pass this, and also let me show you one more little thing here. So say we malform the URL somehow and try to oh my god, sorry, TS fine. So it would also give us it would give us an error. So and we just break out from here. So just in order to avoid this sort of behavior, we need to try accept this part as well. So and whatever error we could have encountered here, it would have been printed. So accept exception as E, so we always would know what's gonna run there. So print and let's say tiny scraper and error, and I don't know how to make this kind of better. We'll see the layout at the moment, so let's try again. So now we got this error being handled. So we see like URL open name service not known. So this is much better now. So we did handle our exception. Also, if we'd say we'd just try to print something. Okay, just need to grab the link again. Copy. Paste, save, and say now we will provide some sort of a different error, and we just run this again. Okay, I'm just wondering. Oh, so this was this is another try except, I'm sorry. So it's not over here. So let's print some gibberish, and it would accept the error here. So name is not defined, like we got another error. Okay, so the next thing to consider, we need to make use of our custom regular expression, and we would be creating a regex variable. So I say regex equals to args0, this like. And in this case, so if we don't provide any regular expression, in this case with this exception, or you know, like, even it would be better basically to provide this by default. And so generally it's a bad idea to handle the main functionality within the exception. Yeah, it's not really that great. So I will do this slightly better way, some more precise, more correct way of doing things. So init regex and parse HTML. So here I would create this regex that would be equal to and I will make use of this regular expression I've just tested. So just copy this one, and don't forget to say R and paste. And here, so I probably, yeah, I would need to make use. So yeah, okay. Let's print say tiny scraper. So I'm just wondering, is this better to keep this space? I'm just not, I don't know how it would be more beautiful way of doing things. So do this like. Yeah, invalid syntax, we need to use this triple quotes because we're matching the single quotes with the expression itself. So I just want to have a look at the error. So it's something has been okay. Is this better than this one? Well, I guess it's not, so let's keep it as it was by trim. Okay, save. And here, also we could, I'm wondering, do we need to print that we're actually making some request? So let's try this print. Debug info, so print tiny scraper and HTTP, and then let's specify the type of request we're making, and this like. And then the URL, or maybe like to URL and here well, if it's not available, well, I can so request method. I'm just wondering, can I do this request method? I think this should be available like a get by default, right? And the URL. So I'm not sure if it works. Let's just gonna try this. Type object request has no attribute method. And if I just specify this. Okay, so it's not yet available right over in here. So maybe hold on guys, I'm not sure where I can get the method from. Just don't want to try accept this from the keyword arguments basically. Okay guys, so you know, like after digging in the documentation for a while, I've just found a way to define to take the method of I'm just wondering why this is I did get the method that I've provided, but I'm just wondering why this is kinda why this hands basically. This is a bit strange, so just wondering, is this method extraction, is the matter of that? Oh, it's just, no, probably it's not related to that at all. It's probably some lags within our yeah, within our request bin site. So okay, so we can actually try to print this information. So request object has a dictionary of all the available kind of so let me just better show you this. So if we just reference in the dictionary attribute of the request object, we have this get method and the function that allows us to get us this method. And if we just call this function, and it also asks to pass the request object instance itself. So in this case, we actually to get the method of the request that is done. So I will use this part right over in here, so it's pasted right over in here, and also I would like to say, so I'm just wondering, can I put this somewhere right over in here, so this is syntactically correct basically. Okay, and now I don't like the layout, so if I make it more like in a scraping manner, so now I don't like this as well, so maybe this like, and also I want to provide the separator, not the separator but the end line to be equal to nothing. So this print would give us the response code basically. Print okay, status, I don't remember that by heart, just to make sure that we print the status. Okay, so this like, okay, just wondering why it's not printing the status before. It's just a laggy target side. Oh my god, spider is crawling me. Oh man. Okay, I mean the real world insect spider. Okay, so just wondering, it doesn't work. So I can get rid of this, guys. It helps from time to time. I'm just trying to figure out how to get the response status code from the response. Okay, so just let it just have some rest. I just wanna Google for Python urllib response status code. I know how this is done in a Python requests and okay, and scraping, but I have no idea how to make this here. Oh, so it doesn't even seem to provide that functionality. I'm just wondering. Okay, it seems like I found a way better solution. So we just have this get code from the response, right? Okay, copy. Hope this would work actually, and response dot get code. Okay, so this would be print request info, and this would be print status code, response status code. Okay, just really wondering why this kind of works so slow. Did it break something? I'm just wondering. Okay, let's try to switch the URL. As far as we don't really need this one anymore, so HTTP quotes to scrape.com. That's the target's site we're supposed to be scraping data from. So let's see if this is the matter. Okay. Okay. It also gives us an error, by the way. So this is interesting. Oh, that's because of this post method, so I would just try to get rid of this. Oh, the string doesn't have this get code. Okay, so in order to have this code, yeah, also we need to handle okay, so let's bring this parsing logic slightly away. So this should work now. Okay, and here we need to extract HTML from response HTML text, and we say response equals response.read. Okay. Okay. Yeah, now it's pretty nice. So yeah, I'm also wondering, so if here we specify the run method, say method equals to post. So I don't like this layout as well, but so yeah, probably the better way would be just get rid of this stuff and just specify the response. So here we just can print like tiny scraper and a response. Okay, so now we get given an error. So we don't even need this error, by the way, because it would probably give us an error by default. So yeah. Okay, and we could just get rid of this part. Save. Yeah, we got this response to hundreds, which is absolutely fantastic. Okay, but hold on a sec. Why does it bring that we're making a post request? This is a bit strange, to be honest. Okay, method we just explicitly set this to get. You kidding me, man? Oh, this is a bit strange. So did I hardcode this post somewhere? Oh, I need to use the request instance that I've created actually, and now it would give me an error probably for. Hold on a sec. Okay guys, so I've just realized that when you're using the particular instance instead of the general kind of one, we can reference this method without those get method function. I'm really sorry for I'm just doing this for the very first time, so I don't know all these tiny little details. So now we get this get method. Okay, now let's try say put method. Okay, so the method is changed, the method is not allowed, and if we just get rid of the method at all, this should have given us the get method. It doesn't give us the method. Oh, okay, and again, if we just say method equals to get. Okay, so if it's not, I need to handle when it's not explicitly specified. Control X, so I would say if this equals to method what if I just try to set this to get? Wondering, is this trick gonna work? Okay, now we got get. Okay, and if we just try to get rid of this. Oh man, okay, so let's have a look what in particular we got in this case. So this might not work that nicely. Are you kidding me, man? Come on. So do we have any method here? Uh-huh. So maybe this is even an error. Okay, hold on a sec, I'm just wondering, is that an error actually? Yeah, this is an error. So let's try this and accept. Well, again, it's a bad idea to do this within the accept method. So, well, I can do this a bit different. I can try accept this one. Simply try to reference this and well, again, it's not good to do this within the exception, so Okay, so now we're over in here, right? So let's test this again. Method. Okay, get this like, okay, and get this like. Well, okay guys, as far as I am a code monkey king, I guess you will forgive me doing the main logic within the exception. So here I would just say like handle method keyword availability. Okay. Okay, so if it's not available, we just create this and setting this to get by default. So okay, this is already quite pretty nice. So here is our regular expression, so we can already go to our parsings, I guess. Okay, so also let me try to again kind of try to test copy. So if I just specify the regular expression, okay, so I need to specify it this like way. Okay. Yeah, so prints it's over in here. So here I would say thing scraper using custom regex regular expression and okay, let's just try to print this and regex. Okay, so but hold on a sec. So what if I not provide this regex R key R part? Is this gonna be different? Yeah, it is slightly different. Okay, I'm not sure, so yeah. Should we provide this? Okay. Okay. So I guess this should work literally the same. So we'll need to test this out as well later on. So for now we just want to get rid of this. So I will definitely test this just slightly bit later on. Okay. So as far as we got our regular expression, okay, so also don't forget to import regular expressions, by the way. So here we need to parse content, and I will create the content variable, and here content. Here I would try to keep all the parsing logic within the single kind of list, and this would be what we were supposed to return actually. So I would also get rid of this content when it's kind of parsed, when the debugging is over. So before that ever. So okay, hold on a sec, guys. I'm wondering. So probably this part. So okay, or maybe we should have. No, we should have deal with our content. So first we initialize the regular expression. If it's not available, so it might be reinitialized. Okay, so let's specify this. Try custom regular expression if available. Okay, so and here actually parsed content and print. I would like to use JSON dumps, so I didn't yet import that, so it won't be really needed for it won't be really needed. But yeah, it's still useful because yeah, if we would be using this within the command line later on, like to make some web scraping in the terminal, this might be useful to print response and avoid manually importing the JSON. So it's on the card still. So here I say JSON dumps and content and indentation equals to 2 spaces, right? I think this should work. I really hope so. I'm just wondering if this is gonna be printed from the new line every time. Okay, let's see. So now we need to say regular expressions dot find all, and we're specifying our regex at the first argument and response as the second one. So response. So at this point, response should be the type of string already, I guess. Yeah. So we did split this just to get the response code, basically. Okay. So I hold my breath and let's have a look what we got here. Okay, it's perfect. It's really perfect. So now we got this huge list. So we will need only the very first element to get the tag name and parse the attributes, and the very last one to get the corresponding tags, the tags corresponding to this sort of a tag. That's kind of it. So let's try to filter this. So I will make use of the list comprehension technique here. So I would like to say for item in this list, save, and here so first I want to make this the type of Python dictionary. Okay, so we get a list of dictionaries, perfect. And now so we'll need the tag name and attribute, but let's start with the text, and this should be like item indexed by the very last element available. So here we got all the textual nodes available, including all the quotes as well, and all the stuff basically. So now we also need to extract a name. So I will call this tag basically, and here I would say like item okay, item, so it would be the very first element first. Okay, and don't forget the comma here. Okay, and now we can just split this by the empty so we can we need to actually, let's replace this kind of symbol because we don't really need this. It's shorter to say just strip and then split. By default it would split by the empty space and take the very first index. This should give us a tag name. Okay, it seems like we got the tag names correctly, and this is really nice. Okay, so now we'll go for parsing our attributes. So I've created this attributes key here, and we will have the list of the attributes. Well, so I'll use the list comprehension slide later on. So let's say item 0. Okay, but this time before everything else we need to replace colon followed by the empty space, and just to show you why this needed for, because we have, well, let me just show you what happens if we don't do this, and say split by yeah, by just to split this. So you see what happens here. Okay. We will have our styles being parsed in the wrong way. You see, like this font size and 6 pixel, they are kind of been split because there was a little space here. So just in order to avoid that sort of behavior before splitting things, I want to strip, and I will actually want to strip. Sorry, I want to strip this character. Yeah, and also probably I could have also stripped this characters as well. Oh, just not at once. Okay, so replace and colon followed by the space, and replace this by the colon. Save. Okay, so let's have a look. Yeah, now the font size is just pretty nice. Yeah, and we would be stripping this quotes already in a slightly different layer. So here again, I would make use of the list comprehension here to separate each argument respectively. So here I would say for attribute in this list, and here I would like to say I would like to create another dictionary, so it would have the attribute name and the attribute value. So the attribute name would be attribute split by equal sign and the very first element, while the value would be attribute split by the equal sign and the very last element is like. Okay, now we got this. Okay, span. Okay. Also, I'm just wondering, why do we have this? Oh, so we need. Sorry, guys. So in order to avoid using this sort of stuff, when we split this by an empty space, we need to reference from the first element. No, from the second element and to the very last element. So now this should work. Okay, now we get rid of this tag names. Perfect. And we need to strip this single quotes and double quotes. So within the value, I would like to say dot strip and single quotes, and also dot strip and double quotes. Okay, now we got this class shred without single quotes. Perfect. And all the rest tags seem to be like yeah, we got its h reference. Yeah, so they all seem to be kind of yeah, parsed correctly. Okay, so also we need to strip. I'm wondering why this character wasn't really stripped. This is a bit strange, to be honest, but I remember that was a nav. Okay. So you mean tag. What the hell is this? Oh my god. Well, okay, so I will need to handle that as well. So probably it would be better just to provide some tests to figure this out, how it works in particular. So in any case, we don't need to print this anymore, right? And instead I would like simply to return this list, and actually this would be our data set, kind of parsed content obtained as the return value of this parse method. So if you just say like content equals parse, so this already kind of tests, okay, so it's not a part of the library itself. So actually, in order to avoid running this test while using this as a module, I would like to say if name equals to main. So only in this case, so parse quotes. Okay, and so this code won't be running if we would have abandoned if we would have imported this module into our projects, basically. So that's what I wanted to say, basically. So let's try to print let's print the content. Let's print the entire content to make sure it's been printed. Okay, so now let's try to print all tag names, and I would say for item in content, I would like to print item and tag, right? Okay, so okay, and now print all. So what else? All attributes, right? Print all tag attributes. So for item in content, and now okay guys, just hold on a sec. I just want to print item again. I just want to have a look at one little tiny detail here. So attributes is the list. Well, it shouldn't be the list. So that was one of the issues encountered in the previous videos. So I need to reference the index, but that's nonsense because it would be the only set of attributes ever. So here, when we dealing with these attributes, we also need to specify the index of 0. So oh, come on, 86. Hey, you kidding me? Hold on a sec, just oh, I'm sorry guys. So actually okay, let's try print item attributes. Okay, so I just how to make them. So if I say attributes index of 0, so this is exactly like, or hold on a sec. Oh, so yeah, some might not have arguments. Yeah, that's the reason. Okay. Okay. Wondering, can I join them? It's not a string, so it would probably fail, but I'm just wondering what is gonna be here. Okay. Yeah, it's not applicable to dictionaries. Okay, so yeah, if I want to strip that, so they might not be arguments at all. So I'm just wondering how to handle this stuff. Well, obviously we could make use like of this, just referencing this attributes like the 0 element. Oh my god, what's wrong? So this still doesn't work. Huh. Okay, and what if I try to okay, so I just want to have a look how so attributes 0, how it looks like the tags that don't have any attributes. So print oh. And also, yeah, you see like we got this little problems here. So yeah, it's not about like here. Save. It's more like so let's strip them both. Okay, perfect. So these guys don't seem to have any attributes at all. Okay, so probably could have considered some post-processing like I'm doing right over in here. So copy. Well, actually, let's keep this content variable, and here so we need to convert it's converted to, yeah, it's called a convert tag attributes from dictionaries to from lists to dictionary types, but let's call this fix tag attributes type. Okay, and in this time so here we would say like item attributes would be equal to item attribute 0, and in this case it would be equal to empty dictionary, right? And return content parsed. Okay. Hold on a sec. Oh no, this all of them should be exceptions. So let's actually print item and attributes. So now they should be either dictionaries or empty dictionaries, and this is absolutely fantastic. So now this is really, now I really like this so much. Okay, so yeah, also here I would like to say like print all tags, tag names, and I guess the new line should be fine in here. Print all tag attributes. Okay. And finally, print all tag text nodes, textual, and print tag or tags, or well, let's keep it all tag text. Okay, so what? Oh. Okay, all the text. Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, so just some spaces there is just, it's literally fine. Okay, so the next text, the next would be print all tag, you know, like elements, dictionaries, yeah, so print all tag elements. It's not the best ever name, but let's keep it. So for item in content, print, now I want to say JSON dumps, and actually item. Oh, so we don't even need this, so we can say just like JSON dumps method would give us some new lines by default, so just content and indentation equals to 2 spaces. This shouldn't work. So after we get all this stuff, okay, and finally we could have considered some data extraction logic, basically. So data extraction logic, and so Here I would just simply like to print all the quotes. So quotes would be equal. So and now in order to extract quotes, we need to reference the content and so actually, yeah, let's make use of the list comprehension. So content, so item for item in content, and we want to extract the item text, right? If item tag equals to span, and well, let's actually verify this as well. So okay, if item tag would be equal to span and item attributes and class would be equal to, I guess, text. So let's actually try to print this item, right? Print okay, key error class. So it's not always available. Hold on a sec, I'm just wondering. Oh yeah, that's because hold on a sec, I'm just wondering. Okay, I would probably need to slightly change the logic, maybe even to switch back to this lists regarding the attributes, because I remember it did work within, okay, so it does extract all the text from all the tags, but I'm just wondering, just need to check that availability somehow. Well, if it wasn't a one-liner, basically, it wasn't a big deal. We could have just tried to accept this, but this is a bit too complicated. So, okay, so let me just try to think if I just changed it, it would fail right over in here. So let me try to get rid of this part for a while. So in here, let's return directly. Okay, and here let's say, and yeah, now it gives a list error, so it's not a point. I'm just wondering why why did this work in the previous video when I was doing this in the single Python interpreter kind of single line command. Okay. Oh my god, guys, if you've been watching the previous video, you've probably seen that I was wondering where this kind of nonce are coming from, and now I realize this, because it seems like the Python interpreter did handle the missing guys automatically. Well, it's not really the case when we're writing the code in the source file, so it was kind of, these nonce are all the spans that don't contain in this case this was kind of the reversed element, so it was just an empty list, but in our case this is just a dictionary key. But yeah, so the problem is that why this worked in the previous video is because it was kind of handled automatically somehow. So now we need to find a way how to handle this right over in here. So in any case, let me just drop back to the previous implementation and bring back to content. Okay. So yeah. I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest, because yeah, it's not exactly what I was trying to achieve here. So it just extracts the very first one, and then it probably gets... Oh! Okay, hold on a sec. I just, it seems like I found a way of handling this. So here, we can specify them, we can specify kind of empty attributes. I would need to make sure that I would have all the available attributes. So let's say class, and it would be equal to 0. So now this should work, right? Yeah, perfect. So here I need to specify, well, if we kind of, yeah, the problem here is that I don't have a list for all kind of available attributes, because there might be also some custom attributes, and if we would be looking for the tag and some sort of a custom attribute, it won't be in this list still. So that's kind of a bit of a pain. And can we actually try accept things within a list comprehension? So I just need to Google this. Hold on, guys. Okay, guys, I just want to check out one little thing before we go. So let me just try to get rid of this part for a while. And actually, yeah, we can not even get rid of this one. So I would try to run the Python interpreter and try to import tiny scraper. Sorry, line 85. What's wrong there? Oh, yeah. So import tiny scraper and try to execute this part. So okay. What? Oh, that's because tiny scraper.parse. Okay, and now let me try to print what I was printing here. Item text and for item in content. Let's try this first. Okay, and now if item tag equals to text, sorry, equals to span, sorry. Okay, and item attributes class equals to text. What? hold on a sec. Yeah, this is strange, so it gives the class error here as well. So how on earth did I manage to do this in the previous video? I'm just really wondering. Okay, hold on a sec. What if I just... Okay. In previous video I didn't make... So what if I just pass here? Okay. Okay. Okay, so here I guess we have... Oh yeah, this is getting complicated. Okay guys, now the problem that if I just pass it would be the type of it would be a list, an empty list. Okay guys, so it seems like I've just invented another way of how can we handle all the available attributes. If we just try to make this sort of stuff here, so if we just try to make to loop for all the attributes, yeah, and yeah, this should work. Okay, and just trying to store literally all the attributes available. So for item, oh, it's already kind of for item in content. So we could make this again, like for attributes in just need another variable name. Okay, and here if we say just like item attributes and I no, now we need to loop over, yeah, hold on a sec, for attribute in, so let's call this one for element, okay, attribute in element and attributes print not element attributes dot keys, and I want to list them as well. Okay, so yeah, let's get rid of this for a while. So just want to see like what line 99 is not iterable. Hold on a sec, let me just get rid of this entire part. List object has no attribute keys, okay. Okay, again, let's print element dot element attributes. So Okay, I got it. Okay. Oh, so yeah, it was literally right, but here element this like 0 attributes. Okay. Well, why don't we print any attribute? So does it throw another exception? Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, it's probably giving me another exception. Oh my god, rain is started. This is bad. Okay guys, so you would better just listen to the rain while I'll try to fix this slightly a bit, and I would have kept silence for a while, so... Okay, so another idea. So this doesn't work still. So let's try to make this item attributes would be equal to empty dictionary, and then we'll try this part. Let's just get rid of this for a while. So fix attribute types, and now we will try to... Oh my god, this spider is crawling me again. So we try to init available attributes for empty tags, for empty attributes, for empty tags, right? So again, let's try to say like for item in content. Let's just try to print the bare item again. Okay, now let's try to print the attributes. No exceptions, right? Okay, but here we got some empty, right? So let's print the keys, and this will give us an error. No, it doesn't give us an error. Okay, so we already have these keys. Okay, perfect. So just make them a list. Okay, and first we need to, so I would probably like to initialize some sort of a variable with all the available attributes, right? So okay, let's try. It would be a dictionary, right? And here, what do I try to say, like, yeah, maybe to use the list comprehension again. So all attributes and so for can we do this? What? Invalid syntax. Oh, it should be equals. Sorry guys. Okay. What? Okay, hold on. Okay, so what if we just make them a list, and in this case we can say band attribute. Does this work? Okay, and now let's print all attributes. All available, right? And now let's try to, so we need to filter the duplicates now. Okay guys, I've just managed to achieve this kind of goal. So there is a nice dig.from keys standard Python method to convert the dictionary, the list items to the dictionary keys, basically. So see, we kind of killing the two birds with the one stone. So let's have a look at these attributes first. So they do have some duplicates, right? See, like lots of duplicates, but after actually using this from keys, it's automatically been filtered to only the unique values. So from now on we can actually say like okay, so here we can say all attributes would it be equal dislike, and okay, now we got this. So the very last thing left here was that we actually need to init this as the all attributes. But here would be one little more issue. So if we just put this code before, I would provide some commentaries just right at the moment. So but hold on a sec. Nope. So here it would give an issue because yeah. What if we say this like oh my god, nope. I just don't want to write too much code, so we need to find a way of why can't we do this within this exception? I'm just wondering, can we do this for all this stuff within the exception? List object, where it comes from, really. What? Okay, so what did we just... Yeah, it would have been fantastic if we could have done this within this for loop. What kind of list object doesn't have attribute keys? Oh. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I will probably try to go for that additional code pieces because I can't see other way of doing things. Oh my god. So okay. So append all tags to, let's say, store all tag attributes available. Okay. Init unique attributes and also we need to apply those unique attributes. So okay, so let's loop for again, like write them in in the content, and now let's try to print, say like if item attributes is equal to empty dictionary. So just trying to figure out if like only this kind of empty tags with no attributes. Let's try to print let's say item tag. So I'm wondering if this is gonna work. Okay, so span nav h2 p tag. Yeah, perfect. So can we, in this case, can we actually try to say like item attributes will be equal to all attributes, right? Okay. It's not a function, sorry. So this is it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and now let's try to print all the tasks again. Yeah, perfect. So now it does print all the available stuff. So here, let's say print extracted rows. Okay, perfect. And now let's try to extract the authors. So print let's say print all quotes here. Print all the authors. So if, so this case, item tag would it be the small tag? Just remember that by heart, trust me. And what? Okay, and item attributes class equal to author. Okay, here we got the list of authors. And finally, let's try to extract the print all author links. This time we want to print item, attributes, and href, not the text. Okay. So we're specifying the tag equals to a tag, and okay, so let me show you what happens if we don't specify anything else. So we just get all the available links, but we don't need all basically, and also some don't even have this href, so we need to say and Python text equals to, and they are called like about, so only this about, okay? And now we got the author detail URLs. Well, okay guys, so I would work on this code slightly bit more to find some possible pitfalls, and I don't know, probably I would have been maintaining kind of two versions of this code in particular. So the first one would be the one created within the video, and some sort of version I would have been working with later on. I would probably store it just to a separate file basically. So I guess that would be the right approach. And the weather is completely awful around me. The rain is gonna fucking drown everything around here. So I don't know. I'm trying to evacuate home from now on. So I hope you've learned something interesting out of this tutorial. So we did create this tiny scraper, minimalist book scraping library, and in the next videos I will show you how to make use of it in the real projects. Well, maybe not really that much real projects, but at least those intended for the educational purposes. So, okay guys, I really gotta run now, so until the next time, and take care.